Hear me? No? Oh, yep, there we go. Hello, everybody. Yeah, new setup, new issues. That's kind of how it always goes. Hope you're all doing well. I'm going to turn down my mic a tiny bit because it looks like I'm peaking just a tiny bit here and there. But yeah, hello, everybody. We are now at my apartment in my room. I'm actually going to pause the stream for a second to make sure my audio sounds good on your guys' end. So we're going to open up the stream right here. Wow, that is very echoey. I don't really know how to fix that. That wasn't a problem in the past either. I don't know why. Oh. I have another idea here. We're gonna try to fix that really quick because I know that could be a bit annoying for people. And then it's weird hearing my own voice like echoed back. It's a bit annoying. Okay, we're gonna try it out now and hope it's better. Okay, that's a tiny bit better, and then what I can do is, because now my voice is just going to be quieter, I'll just raise the volume on it. Oh, I hear myself and it's weird, I don't like it. There we go, okay. Hopefully this is a bit better, a bit louder. And then we'll boost the music. Don't need to. Okay. So, yep, hello everybody. Sorry about that little bump right there. Hope all is well. I'm fully, or almost fully moved into my apartment. I'm still doing cleaning, repairs, setting stuff up. It's still like I fully expected to stream tomorrow, and then I got here and oh my gosh, it's just been thing after thing. Shopping, coming here, assembling, cleaning, shopping again. I'm like unbelievably tired because I fall asleep at 1 and I have to wake up like relatively late, or like sorry 2, and then I wake up at like 7 or 8 just to get out of bed and continue doing it all again. So these past 2 days have been pretty rough, but we're here. And we're going to take it easier today with a lesson 4 construction, but we're going to do it a bit interestingly. Yeah, that's about all I can say there. I'm still picking out the bug we're going to do for today. I'm using the Andreas K photo library linked in Drawbox. I highly recommend it for all of your bug constructions. There's some very, very interesting looking bugs in some of these pictures. Like stuff you'd only imagine inside of like a movie or a video game or something, but these things exist, and it amazes me every time I scroll through this. I still find a bug that I've never seen before, or in some way. Now, do they share many similar characteristics, and you start noticing like every beetle looks exactly the same? Yes, but I'm trying to like pick one that we haven't really seen before. That's not crazy difficult, because we are going to be doing something a bit strange today, I'm not going to lie. We just have to find that one. Ooh, this is a really strange looking beetle. This thing, I'm tempted to do something difficult, but I know every time I pick something that's relatively harder than normal, it always ends up being a catastrophe, because I haven't like mastered my own level yet. I keep scrolling a tiny bit. Sorry for the boring stream, everyone. I got here. I actually ran to the dumpster at my apartment because I bought a bunch of curtains for my apartment, and I bought a set of 2, and then I bought a new one today because I needed 3. And the new one I bought is a different color and is actually blackout compared to the others, which are light filtering. Which the others were supposed to be blackout, but who knows. And so I was like, oh shoot, I need to return the pair so I could buy just 2 straight up blackout ones, because that looks really nice. And I ran to the dumpster. They took out the trash literally today, this morning. So I was like, it is what it is. Oh, there's oh my gosh, I really want to draw a lizard, but I know we should today because today's gonna be a rough stream regardless. We're tired. We haven't warmed up in like 2 days. I've just been driving and anything but drawing. I haven't even been able to go to the gym, which upsets me deeply, but also I've not had the energy to go to the gym, so I think... Oh, leaf-footed bug. There was one at my house the other day. I could draw this guy, but I was hoping for something maybe a tiny bit more fun. The yawns will not stop. Yeah, we're just gonna have to lock one in a second because I don't want to keep you guys waiting. And there are 303 pages of bugs here. It's weird. Some of these pictures have like 3 bugs stacked on top of each other. Not really sure why. Wow, that's a very beautiful hopper. Yes, leaf hopper. I thought I was like saying it wrong with leaf bug, grasshopper. No, it's called a leaf hopper. Tons of weevils. Way more weevils than you'd expect. Okay, I just want to... Here, wait. We're going to go... This is such a goofy looking bug. I have to like switch over here and like highlight it. This is all from Andreas K. It's in pure rough. Also, my pure rough is going to be a bit weirdly sized for you guys. We're just going to have to deal with it for now. I'll decide if I want to fix it later or not. Okay, that's actually still pretty good. Look at this little guy. Here, we'll actually do the full... What is going on here? Here, I'll keep it on this screen while we look for a bug to choose. Yeah, we're back at the apartment. I do have to be relatively a tiny bit quieter for my roommate, but it's nothing major. And the only thing stopping me now from streaming and art and coding and all that is school, so we'll see how bad this semester gets. I want to hit the ground running this semester. I've done that recently most semesters. I've been taking, you know, education very seriously. But that's no reason to let up now, especially with this semester, given my change of professors and course selection. However, I really couldn't care less right now. All I'm concerned about is a funny bug to draw. Funny bug. Being very picky, and I have to end. We'll do this. This is a very interesting looking. Also, I got a what's it called? Oh, did I find? Start to find the here we go. Static link for it. Now let's figure out what kind. This is a Longhorn beetle. Cool. Boom. Here's your Longhorn beetle, everybody. Very interesting guy. Let's pull up some facts about him real quick. Longhorn. Facts. Longhorn beetles often have antennae that are as long as or longer than their bodies, which are shaped like cylinders. These beetles make squeaking sounds by scraping ridges on their head against their thorax. Interesting. See if I can pull up that audio sound. Oh, it sounds like someone's blowing like really fast. It's like, and you can watch its head like bob up and down. I don't really have a good way of, actually, yeah, you're right. Oh, I don't want to set it up. Just trust me, guys. It's cool. Okay. Cool. So let's just make sure the stream is going well. Don't want any internet issues. Oh my gosh! Like when we first started streaming. Once my apartment and my like room is all kind of set up, I'll send a full picture of the setup. I do have to find a way to like glue my carpet that's underneath me to the ground. Also, I'm gonna zoom in a lot here because I can't see my reference. And what I can do in the future is I can change the FOV around and either make my FOV so low that like I have to stream really high, or you know, just something of the sort. And we're gonna hit BRB because I want to adjust just a tiny bit, and I don't want to like mess that up. I'm really loving the new camera I've gotten. It is the Anchor something. If anyone was here, you can ask me. I'll always say my setup and I'll give an honest opinion. It's kind of weird because you always see YouTubers and they're like, this is my honest opinion of this game, and they like could be sponsored or stuff like that, and it's not like they're evil for that or anything. It's just how business work, right? How the mafia works. But being now a YouTuber that doesn't get sponsors or anything, I definitely feel an obligation to be honest, because I know I can trust myself with my own opinion about these things, and I'm gonna be pretty strict about if I ever take sponsors, it has to be a product like I legitimately believe in and I want other people to know about, not necessarily buy. Cool. Okay, we can go back here. Yeah, we'll set our 10-minute timer. Getting used to this new setup or it's kind of the old setup. It's almost the first setup of the channel. So as per usual, we're gonna mute real quick, get a big gulp of water, and then get to the drawing. Jeez. Cool. So for those who don't know, my apartment isn't the best, but whose is, right? Specifically with this one though, I don't have a working light in my room. I've replaced the bulb and everything, it doesn't work. I've never really cared to text my landlord and such. And so what I've just done is, what I've done is instead of doing that, I just have a lamp that I've been depending on for the past year. And I just bought a new lamp, so we have a new lamp to the family. General room upgrades include, I now have wooden floors, which is nice, I like. That is a very dead pen, yikes. Also, I'm just not comfortable. There we go. Yikes, these are not good lines. We'll warm up though. Also, yeah, lots of color change happening on the screen because my camera does not know how to handle this yet. I haven't had a lot of time to like fix everything. I think I have my reference, so I have two monitors, one over here for like the mainstream stuff and one right here for general, like my reference, chat, everything. Oh, that's a bit better. I like it. But it's hitting my pages, so I think we're gonna move this to the corner of my desk over here. And yeah, because then I don't have to worry about my camera being in the way of it. So I think that's the move. Yeah, we're gonna do our best with. Jeez, that's gonna get really annoying fast. Thanks. Okay, we'll get used to it. Yeah, I hope you're all having a great. What is it today? Wednesday. Hopefully you're back to school, back to work, whatever you may be back toing right now is going well. If not, I hope it gets better. Like 8 wires just fell off my desk right there. That's very concerning. Ugh. This is gonna need to be foreshortened. I went to go get bike repair stuff today, and I didn't know getting a simple 7-gear twist shifter was so difficult. I went up there and I was like, I want this, and they're like, okay, do you want this thing or this thing? And I thought he was talking about brands, which they were, but they have different like things about them, and I didn't know, so I was like, yes, and like he kept looking at me incredulously, and I was too like just tired from shopping all day and yesterday to like ask for help. I just bought a random one for $15. So we're gonna hope it's the right one, and if not, that sucks. All I know is I'm never returning it. I'm never walking into that store again. So if it is it was the incorrect choice, let it be. Oh, this pen is pretty bad. Yeah, I was talking about this earlier before I got like sidetracked. I got a bird feeder today. It's a my gosh, I'm forgetting the name. It's one of those cages with the stuff in it. Oh my gosh, I'm losing it. But I already saw a squirrel try to climb up to it today, so I have to start preventing that. Because there's a lot of starlings, oh my gosh, starlings that live near me, as well as grackles, some others. So, hoping to see them hang out there. I mean, there's already plenty of birds where I live, like almost too many, but I hung it in front of my kitchen window, so I hope I get to see them. My goal was to hang it outside my bedroom window, which is a couple stories up, but I couldn't find any like suction cup things or anything where I knew I could secure it, so. I am off today. Let's do some planes. I want to work on my line work. I think it is partially a ghosting issue, but also new desk, new chair, or not new chair, but different stuff on chair. Ah, yikes. Lost focus right there. And today is not my day with line work. This is tough. Oh, jeez. Part of me does want to say it's pen, but that's a bad excuse. Feeling something on here. I don't know what. I got like a brush specifically for my table. And when I was at one of the mini stores I was at today, I saw like a craft mat. Well, I like the idea. I feel like it'd be too like I want to still be able to rotate my page around. I just don't want it to be glossy. Yet it typically goes that mini slippery surfaces do seem to be glossy. I'll feel it. I have no idea what's going on. Look at the difference between that pen and this one. Kind of ridiculous. I don't typically like going that slow, but if it means a somewhat better line. Arguably better, not really definitive, isn't it? Slowly improving our line work. Here, I'm gonna change the music really quickly. We're gonna have an extended warm-up session today. And we may even do another 50% tomorrow, just to like, or lesson 4, 50% percent specifically. Because I'm just so out of it. And also I made some major realizations in terms of lesson 4 material, or lesson 5 material, sorry. And I really, we'll talk about those actually once we get into the lesson 4 stuff, and we'll try to apply them there as well. But yeah, looking at my wolf construction, what went wrong, what went right, I have some ideas as to how to improve ourselves going forward. Yeah, once I finish repairing my bike, I'm gonna take the next couple days easy. Literally just lounging around. Streaming when we ought to. And of course, preparing for school, but that's implicit. I always make... I could maybe make a video or something covering my study habits. I've seen some success from it. Because I don't think you're ever going to succeed from copying someone's habits entirely, but you will. Hey, what's up, Kat? Glad to see you. Hope all is well. If you're eagle-eyed, you may notice that the stream is slightly different, both microphone-wise and background-wise, because we are back at my apartment for college. Glad to see you, though. Hope all is well. Hope your lesson 3, right, is going well. Oh, you submitted it, though. Yes, you didn't have to do revisions. Man, flying by. And apologies for not streaming yesterday. That was my faulty planning. I was in this very same room at 11 o'clock at night, drilling holes into my wall to hang a set of curtains. And setting up a table. I drove to my friend's house at 10:30 last night to go pick up a drill from him because I didn't have a drill. I had to return it this morning. Yeah, so much stuff. But construction is hard. I agree. It really forces you to slow down and be like, oh geez, what have I been learning so far? I think we talked about it last stream, but my best personal recommendation for the entirety of lesson 4 is spend a bit learning about spheres and spheroids and how they work. And we can actually do that as part of our warm-up, because it looks like my planes are looking a bit better. Every sphere, and you can actually go, man, I'm smearing so much ink. Or maybe it's grease from the bike, who knows. Ruben Lara has an entire page dedicated to how to construct a sphere, so I'll actually put that in chat real quick. Ruben Lara, the goat. Training. Where is it? Not this one? Oh wait, no, it's eyes.training, sorry. That's where they have the sphere stuff. Here we go. Oh, and there goes my page. I have a fan running right now because my apartment isn't the coldest. Yeah, basically that link takes you to a step-by-step of how spheres work. And while I don't draw my spheres like that, right, it's kind of you're learning how a sphere works. There are some easy rules that you can pick up from the sphere construction that we'll do right now. These are kind of what I subscribe to, or like I think about every time I make a sphere. So, and this goes for spheroids as well, but specifically spheres for some of the other stuff I'm going to be saying. So, this is currently a circle, right? It doesn't look 3D because it really isn't. It's just a circle on a page. What you have to do as an artist is start to be able to see this as a sphere. And so you could do contour lines to help you, right? A sphere will have a center. And mathematically we know that a sphere, just like a circle, has a radius and it's equal throughout the entire thing. That's what makes a circle That makes a sphere. So if we draw a line anywhere throughout the sphere, this is now an axis. So we can do at this point. Huge. You know, I highly recommend working through it too. I think some of my previous lesson 4 streams actually show me working through it as a bit of a sphere training arc. In fact, I have the sketchbook right here. I spent a day or two, because it's actually kind of fun once you get the hang of it. Oh yeah, also, this was the same time of when I just wanted to doodle bugs. And bugs are actually extremely fun to doodle. So if you ever want to, I highly recommend just chillaxing one night, doing all that. But anyways, yeah, that's the, not a Sternus era, I can't remember. Had lots of fun with those guys. Anyways, this is kind of like my just throwaway book, like anything I'm learning or testing, I put in here. So yeah, basically when it comes to spheres, you have your x-axis. That's the first line you put down, that red one, right? And then somewhere on that axis, equidistant from the center, you want to have an ellipse. So now we have a prime meridian, an equator, whatever you want it to be, because it's all technically relative, right? And then from there, we want to add another ellipse. This one can really, I'm not sure if I'm following the guide exactly. Start with that, add that. Yeah, I don't think I'm following it exactly. Oh, do you start with an ellipse? Oh, no. Oh, you start with an ellipse, then draw a line through it. Whatever. Anyways, it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, basically all we know is that 2 ellipses can exist inside of this circle, as long as they share the same center point. So this one's kind of off, right? But now if you look at it, let's say this line's in front. That's why I'm trying to kind of highlight it, but this pen is mega super dead. Try to see if we can pick another one, because that one's just dead. Try to move one of these up like that. There we go. That's much better. And then that means either one of these can be, or not either specific one. You have to think about. So in actually this case, it probably would have been this. That looks better. And now you can have a line shooting out this way. Now you have like a 3D sphere. So basically, the thing to think about, right? When you have a sphere, as long as you have an ellipse that shares the same center point, that can become a contour line going around the form. This is helpful for lesson 4, because now when we have a bug, I'm going to say, okay, the middle line hops over here, and then hops from there down here. We know how these ellipses work. We know their rules. We know, even if it isn't a sphere, how they're behaving in space. So just getting used to that. And also where these intersections are actually happening. So you can see the intersection happen right here in these 2 points behind. So these 2 forms are intersecting back here. You can't see it. I was really stressing about this. I was really like doing this just over and over again, trying to figure out what works and what doesn't. Oh, here was our first one of our first reviews. That's cool. Blackfield review, yeah. So yeah, just don't obsess over it like I did, but definitely explore how spheres work. I think the 250 bucks challenge is awesome and people need to do it. And also I think there should be like a sphere intersection or like something focusing more on just spheres in general before you get to bugs. Because lesson 3 doesn't really care about spheres as much. It cares more about like organic arrows, 2D and 3D space. This feels a lot better. OBS is open so I can ensure that we're not like losing internet as we did last year, or last semester I should say. Even though we are about 4 months off from this YouTube channel being a year old, which is kind of surreal. Looking back, I'm sometimes like, have I really only been streaming for this long? I felt like I've been streaming since I started Drawbox, but... Also, someone asked in the comments a couple days ago, or a couple weeks ago, do a lesson 1 review. And I think that may be the last review I make, not because I want people to wait and suffer, but because... And my curtains are really making... Looking at them at the beach, like sky outside, and yeah. I know, right? It was a good year, though. I learned a lot. Very happy about this year. In fact, yeah, I mean, I streamed this year. I was super excited about that. It's kind of crazy to think that next year I will graduate college. And it's a bit of, I graduate early, so it's kind of sad seeing any of my friends go. I have to go into the quote-unquote real world. As if I haven't been living in a real world already. I get what they mean by the statement, I just reject the sentiment. Yeah, because that was probably one of the worst organic forms I've done in a while. Yikes. I'm really just praying that my classes this semester aren't the end of the world. Thankfully, nothing's been the end of the world yet. We're still here, but every once in a while I fret. Even though it sounds insane, I'm most looking forward to my 8 AM gym runs. It's very peaceful. Gives me a lot of purpose and rigidity in my schedule. The only thing I really, this semester, I'm not looking forward to is my exams. Who looks forward towards exams? I mean, come on. I've never had an exam where I was like, yay. I've stressed about every exam, and I'll never not stress about an exam. The closest thing I've had to that is like projects, like coding projects. Then again, it's iffy. I do have a class where I will be paired with people to program with for projects. And I think you get to select your own team, and that is pivotal because so many people use ChatGPT and do really poor work and get bad grades because of it. So, I have to choose my people wisely. I've had a history of making poor decisions and choosing people for group projects. I'll turn on my other lamp. A bit more blue than I'd like, but It does the job. I never have ever liked blue light, even though my lamp that you guys are seeing right now is blue light to saturate everything, but otherwise my desk would look green. Too early, but other than that is decent. Now, and this is a bit, here, wait, I'm gonna really focus for this. This is a bit cynical. But now that my major's been cold a bit, like my department, in terms of people dropping because it's too hard or switching majors or stuff, I know most of the people in my classes, or many, so after lesson 4, I think I'm going to focus on the texture challenge. Textures is something I really struggle with. I think that's a completely valid approach. In fact, I should probably do that as well. Textures, I don't think it's good at. It is so unbelievably difficult, but yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, if you are able to do the texture challenge, you've seen an immense amount of growth. Yeah. Best of luck with that. However, lesson 4 does take a bit, and the texture challenge will probably take even longer. Anyways, I think it's time to draw our friend. So, yeah, good warm up. Bad voice crack. And yeah, so you're like, Kavel, I know that you are capable of drawing bugs. We've seen you do it many times, and you passed the lesson. Why are you drawing a bug today? Other than preparing for lesson 5. And it is because I'm going to do something a bit different that I picked up from, I wish I knew the YouTuber's name right now. I could probably find it after the stream. Also, I just got a random craving for like mango smoothie. Why in the world? I don't even like mango smoothies. It makes my mouth itch. I'm pretty sure I'm allergic. Anyways, here, I'm gonna take a quick sip of water and then we can talk about what we plan to do tonight. God, the water in this town, awful. Anyways, so what we plan on doing today is, instead of drawing what we see as a bug, which I just realized you've seen this the entire time, we're going to do this. Now you're like, Kavel, why would you draw it upside down? What difference does that make? It's already a bug, like, and also I'm gonna put it up here because I can't see it unless, yeah, so we'll have to deal. But I think what I can do is this, so it looks a bit better there. Yeah, bit more tolerable. Anyways, Kavel, why are we drawing it upside down? I want to avoid symbolic drawing, and we're going to take a quick detour here to talk about lesson 5 and where I messed up on the wolf. So I got the part with the cranium, the cephalothorax, or the cranium, the rib cage, and the pelvis. I got to that point. We're good. The sausage form, a bit rough, but good. The first couple legs, yeah, we're good. And that's the extent of what lesson 4 forces you to do. But then come the advanced additive forms, such as the tufts of fur, the detailed deconstruction of the cranium, slash construction of the cranium, because you know, like, carve into it to put the eyes in there and then all that. And these very minute, small additive forms were extremely confusing for me, because I didn't know where to place it on top of the form. So what I ended up doing is I ended up just kind of trying to copy the contour of the wolf and then fill in the regions with additive forms. And while this, in theory, this is a good idea, such as you want to be copying what you see, it's not making it realistic in the sense that the additive forms I put on there don't feel like they belong. I was, you know, putting the cart before the horse. I was doing the contour and then the additive form, which is not how we should think about it. Does it kind of work? Yeah. And could that actually be the solution? Maybe. But I'm not a professional artist, so we can't say that for sure, right? What we can say though is I was symbolic drawing. I was not actually drawing what I saw. I was drawing what a wolf ought to look like. Same thing with the eyes. I put the eyes in the wrong place because I obsessed over drawing a wolf's eyes and drawing what I saw from Uncomfortable's study, deconstruction, construction, demo, whatever you want to call it, instead of drawing what was on the reference. And so this is a lot to say. Number one, we have to start treating these very complex constructions, such as a wolf, panthers, all the, you know, just highly complex muscular animals. Muscular is in the sense that they have a lot of forms happening underneath. It's very complex compared to a simple bug that just has an exoskeleton. We're going to treat it like it's multiple bugs. So each section is going to be, we're going to break it down further, right? I was thinking too holistically as into the entire wolf instead of breaking into manageable pieces, which is what constructive drawing is. So we're going to break it up into more manageable pieces next time and see how they all connect, just as we have intersecting forms with our bugs and stuff like that. And then we're going to avoid representational drawing or symbolic drawing in the sense that we don't want to draw a wolf. We want to draw the wolf with this tuft of fur, with this thing on it. And one way to remove that is to draw things upside down. Whenever you try to sketch something upside down, it removes the, oh, I'm drawing a bug aspect from it. And instead it's, I'm just drawing this. It forces your brain to now work with relative spatial relationships instead of just seeing the bug and be like, oh, well, I think a leg should go here. No, the leg has to go here because your brain doesn't have that like gestalt kind of, oh, I see this mentality to it, right? That's a really good benefit. I'll try to find and link the YouTube video I'm talking about in the description after we stream tonight. Because it's very helpful, it's very intuitive, and I think it's a wonderful exercise to do every now and then. Not all the time, right? And yeah. In fact, I'm going to move the chat over here. You can't see what I'm doing, but I'm just moving stuff around so I can see my reference better, and so you guys... Oh, wait! Oh, I could do this. There we go. So it's halfway on my screen. Oh. There we go. It's in the middle of my screen, but... Yeah, cool, okay. Nice. So, yeah, we're gonna set our hour timer. Maybe we'll cut it a bit early unless we want to texture our friend, which actually could be fun. I've been thinking about new texturing techniques. I definitely will orient our friend right side up because, yeah, there's no way in the world I'm texturing this without it. Wait, this could actually help me with my bug constructions. I'm gonna try this. Okay, Kat, so I would be careful though. Because this is for someone who already understands like how to manipulate the forms and stuff and just needs to start thinking about spatial relationships. And I can't recommend that you do it for Drawbox, and instead I could only recommend that you do it for like side stuff. However, go for it. I mean, I can't stop you. Learn however you want to. Just be careful, right? I don't want to give you bad ideas, or like if it turns out horribly. I wouldn't really consider this a learning tool, and instead like a reinforcement tool. But hey, do what you want, right? I can't stop you. Just from my experience and how I've seen this technique recommended on YouTube, I can't say it's the most solid, great idea ever. Yeah. But do what you will. And hey, if it turns out well, please let me know, because then I'll start pitching that to other people and maybe even in Comfy. So cool stuff. We're gonna port our friend from PureRef over here into the scene so you guys can see him. And we're going to start deconstructing them. We're also going to set our timer. There we go. Nice. Okay. Let us begin. Actually, I'm going to take a big swig of water. God, it tastes like there's like iron in the water. Anyways. Oh wait, this is weird. Oh wait, I could just bring it onto this monitor. Okay, we could do it over here. There. Okay, so let's look at our friend. It's so weird doing this upside down. My brain actually kind of hurts. So that looks pretty obvious, noticeable. Okay, so We have a cephalothorax on this bug. It is a, I forgot the name of it already. It's a very cool named bug. Longhorn bug, right? I think I remember. Longhorn beetle. Cool. And it seems like there's many different type of species or whatever. Well, I need to learn that. Anyways, one thing I noticed immediately is that we have these turning forms down here, these overlapping plates on the exoskeleton, so that's very important to note. And we also have definitely doing an additive form for this easily. But yeah, let's get started first with those major forms. Major form. And we get to see a really nice just entirety of our friend's form right here. There's this weird like call inside of me to like rotate the page. It's like, I don't like this, rotate it, my brain isn't happy. I'm starting to really think about like how these spheres are supposed to be existing. Maybe this is a good idea for learning, who knows? But yeah, no, you can see the so weird now. Like, nice. And then actually, wait, what am I doing? This is like a full-on almost sausage form. Remember, whenever it comes to sausage forms, we want to overlap them a bit more than we ought to, that we think we should. Oh, my brain's like super unhappy right now. I know I keep saying that, but I'm very confused. Yeah, we're not going to do a huge overlap because... Oh my gosh. This is weird. Oh, this is so weird. Okay, and then we have another organic form. We're going to see it go down and around here. One's going to be a lot more sphere-like. In fact, quite sphere-like. We're going to cut it off a bit lower too because we want to leave some room to add that exoskeleton underneath and above. We're going to make it a tiny bit elongated as well. Probably like this. This is so strange. Okay. And then we have this form. So this is a bit interesting because it's pinching. And so this is, you know, something that Uncomfy hasn't directly taught. We have to use our own brains to try to figure out, okay, how do we want to tackle this? And also redo this form because we want it to sit really low down here until we get to about up there, right? And then something of the sort. Ugh. Brain hurt tea. Should be like go a bit like that, but I think you already see that with the exoskeleton. Ugh. This is gonna be so weird. And now we have this final form, which we're actually gonna leave tapered off a bit. Yeah, we know it travels down like this. We're gonna have additive forms down there. And then it goes up here and back. It's turned away from us. Brain hurt really bad. This it? It needs to exist over here in some capacity, because like this needs to travel down, so. This is super difficult. Yeah, that means our sphere down here has to be that, but smaller. So just to go deep over here and turn. And from here, we're also even just tracing this is insanely difficult. Yeah, let's see how we've done so far. Not bad at all, in fact. That's kind of crazy. Whatever. That's actually better than usual. What the heck is going on tonight, guys? This is so strange. I'm trying to move this up so you guys... Oh, wait, no. Go this way. It's a bit reversed. So strange. Okay. Oh. Okay, so yeah, there's our main body, as we usually do it, right? And we'll also keep a normal, unmodified one up here. Now we want our additive forms. This is where it gets tricky. Because, what we want to accomplish here, we don't want to be using green. That's like a terrible choice. We do like purple or something. It's still not the best. Blue. Yeah, okay, probably. Yeah, because I think these forms are a bit too tight. So actually, we're gonna do it again. I hate to waste time, but I want to redo it just for the fact that some of these, like, I think only this one actually, is not the best. Because I think these, not even this one. Okay, well, there we go. We're back to this. I'm redoing it because we need to, I did the forms that I saw, which is okay, but we need to leave room underneath. So we want to do our forms here so that there's just enough room. Oh, I'm starting to see it now. Whoa. Because I saw this and now I'm seeing it as just a tube. I'm not seeing it as like a bug anymore. I'm just seeing it as a tube. And now it's super easy for me to just be like, okay, well, this should exist like this if it's a tube. Maybe it's a bit too big. That's so strange. Same thing here. In fact, yeah, I just see this as a tube of sorts. It's so weird. Okay. Which means if a tube exists, the curl right here can be like this, and it's going to protrude out a tiny bit. We don't need to be like totally up close. Like we could do this if we ought to. I definitely see it as this kind of form. So yeah, we could even do that all the way back here. Okay. Looks a lot cleaner too. So yeah, we know we meet this form right here. That travels up into space like this. You know what game I really want to play right now? I want to play Journey. I may play Journey tonight. Then again, I need to start falling asleep on time, so we'll see how long this goes, but that would be a very enjoyable experience for sure. Oh, there it clicked again. I stopped looking at the contours on the actual form. I started thinking about where the sausage forms were instead of what's in front of me. They're like kind of both, right? This is a very interesting experience. I know I keep saying that. Kind of like the only thing I am saying, but it is not at all what I expected mentally. I would call that almost better than my like best ones so far. Like even I understood right here that we're not going to see past a certain point, when usually I'd have a bit of like a tough time seeing that. Man. Okay. Now this is all fun and whatever until we actually have to draw it, but for now I'm appreciating the journey. So yeah, we're going to have a shell over here. Dipping around the form. Think about it in the most simple terms. We have an ellipse right here. It's pretty linear, like sharp. This. Actually, what we want to do is we're going to add this form that exists right here. It goes around this. And then it follows that contour as well. We probably should have colored that different, so we'll different color for this. We'll do, hopefully that's noticeably different from. Oh, well, we can use. However, I would like a brighter orange. Guess we could do some purple. It's just a bit dark. I'm just worried that the pink won't show up well. Actually, nah. Okay. So, yeah, what I'm seeing right here is there's still this flat part of this form up here, but we start with this contour. See, yeah, that red and this are just clashing. So. I don't know color theory. I don't know what to do. Okay, this may just have to do. Yeah, we have this ring for that armor, right? And then form-wise, we know it goes right here. Grows sharper. Kind of curls, and then it's flat up here. Curls again. So kind of like aligned with this, I'm going to do a flat portion. Slightly bent. Okay. Over here. Over here. We're going to add some questionably optional contour lines, because we're going to go out here, and then we know this part is a bit flatter. It is turning away from us. Right, we're doing this, and then we're kind of turning with the form. Staying flat, and then turning with the form. And then we're going over here. So I guess we should separate it into two separate, but shares one ring. That's the issue. Interesting choices. This is more of a lesson 4 than an upside down kind of thing. Because if we just do separate forms on all of these, that would make it better, but we'd lose the coherence of this ring around the neck. You don't want to see it piecewise. We also really want this to be a high degree. Just noticeably turning around the form, right? High degree. Flat. High degree. This. And this down here. That. Or we could do the neck. Keep it a bit simplified. Trying to imagine how this dance with the form that already exists here will go. Going down to the side. Because yeah, currently this is our center line, so we're hopping around like this. Just, you know, very close to over here. So hop, flat, down, and now it looks like it's what does that look like? Oh, geez. It just doesn't, it feels flat. That's my main mentality. This thing right here does not feel like it's turning with the form. See, that feels better. It still has this inward curve. It's just, it's fighting it. Jumping out right there and then going in. Yeah, jumping out around the form and going in. So while still a bit strange looking, I think that's a lot better. Now we have this big old form right here. It's not jumping it as 6, but I wouldn't say this one is as hard to understand. And then over here we have adding on to the sausage form. Remember, we're dancing around the sausage form. And oh, what a joyous dance it is. Let's see what's going on. We have this like form, and then this one here, the leg, and then all of our curled ones. The legs definitely get their own plates here. So on the form, we could do behind that. Like that. Nothing too complicated. We can leave a lot of that to whatever we decide. What we could do right now, just to keep it simple, remember, keep it simple, stupid, is just do a form between these. And this, it kind of sucks because this one exists between both of them. So what we could do is do like this, both forms. Yeah, this turns around that and then travels, heads out. So I don't like how sharp that is, so follow down here. Yeah, unless we meet at that medium, then still it has a bit of thickness, right? And this one we could send a bit more to the side. Probably shouldn't have done that. Something like that. But we want to do it earlier, so that. Now what we can do, not sure what that is. That just seems to be another bump part of it, so we can kind of, I don't know, just ignore it for now. Worry about these. These are some favorite things to draw. Not necessarily bugs, but the rounded parts of the. That sort. And for these over here, we actually add another form or something, or just ignore it. I mean, either or, right? So yeah, we have that major forms, and then yeah, for the like super sidebar major weird ones, like we could have our orb for our leg right here, which is actually more of a sausage form. That definitely has unique intersection, just at least. All of these leg actually have very noticeable intersecting lines. It gives us some power. Like for example, this, it's intersecting quite obviously with the like exoskeleton of the others. This is, I guess. Cool. This one's kind of underneath, but you could still see that form down there. That. We can round it out a bit more. Oh. Then do a simple sausage form construction. Really can be a hard thing to do, I think. I'm going to keep it very uniform our way down. And then what we can do is on this, we can add a bit of a no. Isn't totally the way Uncomfy caught it, but I like it. So if this happens here, this happens like right here. Have our sausage. Down here. Sausage. Have our additive. This leg joint is very common in a lot of these bugs. Almost looks like a hint. Big. Actually, I want this to. I don't know. Yes, I do want it to be up here. Because now we can have this one. Have our other form, or something of the sort, right? Same thing here. Definitely is like being over. As for the head, we have a big old little eye right here. Big old little eye. Yeah, Kavel. Only a bit of it is being cured. We have these claw things traveling around the form out here. So right there. So we have our sausage form going inside the head. These really, really cool antennae thing. Oh, and that's actually like a full-on bulb, so we're gonna do a pretty bulky sausage. Let's do it in a different color. We're just sausage. Get into the head a bit too. Then we can get a pretty intersection right there. Same thing with this. Mickey Mouse here. Michael. Yep. And then we'll do the uncomfy construction method of doing a little gestural line slash line of all of this. And then for each one, wrapping around it. 15-degree go around. Connecting. Yeah, I'm actually gonna get rid of this intuitive. And there's also this additive form right here that I want to add that goes around these into the head. Cool. Okay, so yeah, that's a very, very complex breakdown of our friend. I'm not gonna flip it upside down actually until we're done. I've decided. So we're gonna take this one and do our breakdown of our little friend, and then we're gonna go for it on the page. It'll be a very, very, very interesting experience. Already has been. We'll do this in blue, I guess. I wish I had a better view outside of my apartment window at night. Sucker for cool view. Who isn't? I'm hoping that my roommates are cool with moving apartments next semester, because I really want to move closer to all my classes. Not next semester, the semester after. Because I want to move closer to my classes. It costs the exact same, and it's like an apartment block, like not a like it's an apartment building rather than a bunch of blocks. That makes sense. And it's really close to like a big just food hub and area. It does kind of suck to get out of with your car, but I don't go out much, so yeah. This is a very like weird ratio to work with compared to our usual. This is a fun guy to texture too. If I feel like it, we could take a break halfway through stream, or like once we finish the main construction, and for him, but we'll see. Thinking about the bird feeder right in front of my apartment right now. I'm really debating if I should move it higher or do girls from getting to it. Oh my god, what is the stuff I put in it? I don't know why I'm blanking on the name. I own a bird. Like, I should know what this is. Suet. Suet. I believe it's pronounced Suet, right? Or yeah, I'm gonna say Suet, but here, I'll Google it. So I always have issues with communication, so. Suet. Okay, Suet. I've been saying it right. Hopefully. But I keep saying I was listening to one of my streams the other day. I say so much. Long. Saving before I forget. I was making sure all the birds in my area can actually eat it. They would like it. Apparently, like, it is a very sought after treat. And once I'm done, because I bought this suet not knowing that entirely. So once I'm done with it, I'm going to start only putting out more healthy options for the birds. And then once winter comes around, I'm scared of them becoming dependent or anything like that on my food, so I don't want to encourage that behavior from the birds. This doesn't seem cool, but alrighty, so what will appear on our page? As per usual, legs take up the upper half or lower half in this instance, like lower, upside down. Legs take up the lower half, body takes up the upper. Now we have a very slender body, and so you know, I want to put more detail in the body, so I'm willing to not cut off the legs, but crop the display of the legs such that our friend can have more detail. But also look how long it is. So it's an interesting fight, because no matter what, we're going to have a smaller frame, because our page is going to be, you know, taller than this, like this. So it's more of a, we have to squish things rather than like squish things to the side rather than up and down. we don't have to do that. So, also, why is your author? Homer Simpson. That line. That was almost great, except for down here. Yeah. And then the entire body exists in this page. Cool. So I'm gonna leave these two up on my screen while we draw this, and we'll figure it out. But as per usual, guys, let's take a quick second to take a break, refresh our minds, just kind of calm down, chat for a second, and then we'll get to drawing our friend here without stressing about it too much. Oh, geez. Okay, here, I'll be right back. Take a big sip of water. Please drink water, everybody. Good stuff. Had a big yawn right before I turned on my mic. I think I caught the tail end of that. I'm also going to take the second just don't mind me. Also, guys, if you ever want me to turn off the music on the stream so you can listen to your own, and we just all like collectively agree we listen to our own music, please let me know, because I'm down for that as well. Because I've heard some people just treat me as a podcast while they work, which is kind of the point. Yeah. Much post-rock. There's these videos that look like it's just gonna be calm music and it's like sudden post-rock, which I love, but I don't like the jump scare. Oh, why am I so evil? Oh, I know why. Still scrolling. What is this? Fantasy synth. Oh, I've never been. I just need something calm, nothing too. It's scary to listen, honestly. Okay, cool. So we're back to it. Without any further ado, I guess we get into instructing our friend. I'm going to impose the Kavel edict, which is, why do I hear smacking things outside? Interesting. Which is, if I like mess up on the initial construction, I'm just gonna redo it. But like later down the line, no mechanical error, conceptual failure, which, given that we're referencing everything upside down, it's very possible, but let's not stress. And also, I'm actually going to take another page. We're going to just do a couple practice ellipses and stuff, just because we had some issues, as you guys know, this earlier stream. So, no, this was the attempted eye deconstruction / construction. I still need to get used to that. Putting a straight line around a curve, I guess individually is doable, but multiple lines that head in several different directions that aren't like major great circles, such as equators or stuff, is tough. Or wait, no, because every great circle is an equator. Oh. Weird stuff, right? I'm currently listening to A Passing by Thermo Cinto. I've listened to them before. Sometimes their stuff is a bit too big for me. But it looks like most of these songs are by Ichiko Aoba. we've heard before and we've talked about. I always appreciate it. I still have this bug in my clipboard and I love it so much. Like, dude, why are you so scared? It looks like a cat whenever a cat is like surprised, so it like kind of leans back, right, with its paws out. And those eyes. I'm making shit. I'm saving this. Love it so. Okay. Cool. Get to it. You guys can see everything. It sucks because I do have 2 monitors now, but I can't do like all the same stuff with it. I can't look at them both. Cool. So, gee. We have 3. Like, if we just took the entire bug away, it would probably be easier, but now we have the bug and it's messing with my gestalt mind, man. The most central form, actually, I'd almost say is the sausage form in the back, the far leftmost organic form. But I'm going to actually venture to say the centermost spheroid is the most central one. Remember, like we said, we're putting this in the upper half of the page. And I'm okay with squishing legs, so in fact we can move it a bit down and that'd be okay. This isn't the actual one, this is just some ellipse practice. Wow, that's really good ellipse. A bit non-uniform, and then we have this sausage form right here, which takes up about 1/4 of it. A bit larger, shouldn't be scared of it. We were scared of it. Yeah, this needs to be a bit thicker because we need probably to go up here and then not as far. I think would be wonderful because yeah, the halfway mark is practically right here in the thing. So, and then we have this really easy. So yeah, maybe the sausage form is the central form because, like connecting all of this like that is notably difficult. Now, did I make it look a bit easier because I just went for it? Yes. We kind of do lose gesture in this too, because like this was very bent back. Meanwhile, the actual thing follows like this kind of down and then here and then flat. Tiny bit back and then even a bit up at the end. To the most central form, which we're now relocating to the back sausage form. But gonna be a bit like this, and then we have our sphere void, and then our sausage form, which I think lengthwise was good, but just need to be a bit taller. Let me look at our reference more. Yeah, because these are pretty same level. This one was actually, yeah, pretty good, that gap there. And then lengthwise, let's see how long these are. So I still want to treat this as my central measurement system. So one of these. So this one's only like 1 1/4, this one. It meets it at the halfway mark, practically right here, which is good. So these two can actually be used to kind of reference where this one should land. The intersection curve is about the back 1/4 of that. And this. So actually this one would have been pretty dang good. If I just didn't bend it so much at those places. I bent it up here and then. Cool. Okay, let's do some more ellipses and then yeah. How's it going? I'm not sure if Kat's still here, but Kat, hope it's going well. Would love to hear your opinion of this method so far if you've used it. Once again, I would highly recommend learning ellipses and spheres really well before tackling this method too heavily, but your education is within your own hands. I cannot stop you. Nor am I a definitive source on the subject. I'm going to post in Drawbox about this method, and get some more knowledgeable opinions, takes on this. And hopefully I won't stress out and do some Australian ellipses. My desk is actually quite slippery compared to my desk at home. Still here, gonna try this as simple to see if it helps. My main issue is observation. Yeah. Observation's tricky. It's one of those things that just comes with practice. And developing habits and tricks and stuff, like how I just used, oh, okay, the halfway mark of this one. This is like takes up only a quarter here. Stuff like that. Facial relationships. Oh, my ellipses and mark making is so terrible today. Leaves a lot to be. Man, I just realized how like gray my stream is. I turned down the saturation a lot. I guess it's a tiny bit more realistic, but maybe I can decrease the saturation or increase the saturation a tiny bit and decrease the sharpness. That real quick. Or maybe it's just contrast. If you guys think this looks better or worse, or just don't say anything. You don't care. We'll decrease the sharpness. Actually makes sorry now. Up the contrast. Do the brightness. Auto wipe out. Saturate. This way. I think it's better. Do the contrast. Cool. Notches. Thing I haven't applied any. Look at. Wait, because I used. Okay, hopefully that's. Oh geez, looking back at this, I'm like, what has going on here? Okay, let's do it. Is it going to become any easier from here? No. We're going to start off with, but go back to this as well. Doing this like looking away while looking at this monitor. Okay, or mouse I'm not looking at, and it's like in a completely different direction. So the entire body exists in the center part of the page. Yes. worry about the center 2/4 of the page right here. Specifically, the main body ends up in this portion, in the lower quarter. So we're gonna move it a tiny bit more up than it should be. I've already somehow smeared ink on the page, and we just want this going over the middle. As Australian, we don't want to do Australian. We want the back to be like this, then a bit rounded over here, and then really rounded up here. So I think it's pretty good. A bit wobbly, and there's no room for the leg over here, but I think we'll survive. I'll just crop off the leg. I hate doing that, but I want to focus on the body here. Okay. Now we have the ellipse on the right portion, and it's almost the size of this center form. The I should start calling that its actual things the abdomen. And I'll refer to the head part of the cephalothorax as just the cranium, because like who cares, right? It's practically that. So yeah, we want our almost the same degree as this, so pointing a bit in that direction. This is flat. Remember, we had that flat line to describe that, and it goes about in the halfway point of this. So we just want to make sure this line's in the center of this ellipse that we're about to create. Okay. Not totally happy with it yet, but we do have additive forms to kind of help us guide this later. And then we have our head form, which once again has this, it meets about right here-ish. And they do kind of touch over here, but they don't have to here. It doesn't have to be that deep, quite literally. And then, yeah, this one has this swinging motion right here, and then we leave about right here. And yeah, it's only split about halfway through the form. Go over here. I think that's a bit large in proportion, but we'll survive. Now we want to define the intersections between these objects. This one's a bit unique because we travel over and then in. Trying to see it as it is here. Okay. Yeah, the fact that it travels like this vertically and then goes around indicates that it's flat on the top up here. Trying to see that in here now. Okay, I think I made it a bit too flat. Like it should have been over here a bit more. We're still going to define this as going down the center though, and pretty much down the front. I abandoned it right there. I'm glad I didn't put any ink because I realized I should probably look at how much of the front of the head you see more. That line will forever upset me. Okay, and then we have this one, which once again is traveling around and then doing that. We said it ends at that fourth. I see it now. We didn't really do the fourth right there, and it should have been flatter. Then this one's gonna barely see that as it travels down there. My intuition's telling me to turn over the page, but I won't. This actually hops up a bit and then goes down. Like so. Cool. Strange still. Okay. Now we want to do our additive forms, which there's quite a bit to get to. So as all things, we'll start one step at a time. It's kind of a debate between the additive form that we have down here, that exists like this onto the face, It would have the eye right here, and then the rest of the stuff. So that looks like it would part really well. It looks like this whole thing kind of is a separate object from the face. Anyways, yeah, we have this. And this doesn't need this U. We can actually be quite vertical, but we can keep it low. So it's going to exist on this one right here. There we go. Then this one's going to be pretty normal right here, and then we're going to start rotating around the form. So normal, and then rotating around the form. Oh, that was supposed to be past this mark. Dang it. I started drawing what I thought I saw. Well, we're going to have to make that work, I guess. But we can extend this a bit like this, but then we really just have to obey what we already drew and go like this. Suffer the consequences. The 250 giveaway for a new car. Oh yeah, we hit 250 subscribers. Yes. Very cool. Very cool. Oh, Delano messaged me. Huge. Oh, exam. Congratulations on finishing your exam, Delano. Hope you did well. In fact, yeah, we're nearing 300, which is a bit ridiculous, but we'll deal with that once it happens. Jeez, yeah. Ever since the lesson 2 video, it's been a bit crazy. But yeah, hope you're doing well, Delano. We are surviving over here. We're actually doing a construction upside down, for the sole purpose of getting away from relying on some aspects of symbolic drawing. You think you went okay, one day break for the next one. Very nice. So you're kind of in the summer exam season. And then yeah, you're up to your last semester. Very, very cool. Oh man, that's so awesome. So right here, we want to do our bounce around type deal, right? Where we're going to be existing on top of these. And behind this one, weirdly enough. Yeah, we're going to be doing... Yeah, because we couldn't really decide a singular form to do this. So regardless, we're going to do this. So it's straight right here. We're going to have this flat-esque thing right here, which we'll actually draw first. Go down here. And then we're going to loop down here. Actually, well, you see the loop over here, which is a bit... It's a bit sharp of a loop, but whatever. Huge warm-ups for days, man. Yeah, here we're going to continue that. This is where it flares out a bit, right, though? So we have this, and it's flat up here. And then trying to also pay attention to this, because this is going to go back, this is going to go back, so. And then we're going to kind of curl and follow the form as we do that. Curl in and then follow the form. Then have that little... So, same thing over here. Like so. I keep saying like so. It's such a bad habit. I need to replace the blue light in my lune. It's too blue. I don't appreciate it. Oh, also this intersection probably... yeah, we should have done that line before the intersection over here. These tiny mistakes anger me so. Yeah. I mean, we never expected this one to be perfect because we're doing it upside down. But it is a very good challenge nonetheless. We have our like plate on the back here, which goes to about right here, I'd say. That's my estimate. That kind of goes from here. Now this one's in front of the intersection. We're practically all the way right here. Even start in a bit. Go to about right here. Now, yeah, we're gonna go basically out and back until about right here. And we really curve. And this needs to go more U-shaped N and then only slightly above this form. Not the best, but it's okay. Yeah, in fact, that should have been a straight line, but whatever. Oh, the line was not. The line work here is deeply upsetting me, but is whatever. The next form we have is this one. Prancing about, going to the midpoint over here. A bit more. This one travels. It travels both forms, but I'm starting to not believe that too much, or like want to draw that. What it would look like is it goes all the way out to here, so we're going from there over like this. Again, hitting that. Popping out like that. And it never reaches higher than that one, so go up here. Again, and as if we're traveling around the form like that. This is a bit large, but I think it's okay for now. And then we have about 3 forms that we want to fit in there. This one. Go about right here. It's a bit longer. This one. Nice. And then this one. Which curls around it, so it's a bit unique. I think so. Very unhappy with this line. I should have done one continuous thing. I was just getting a bit lazy. Yeah, interesting. We have our eye over here, which needs to be moved a bit more to the right than it actually is. A bit upsetting. Or left, sorry. I mean, either one is technically the correct answer at this point. And it reaches almost to the top of the head. It's quite large. We only have a small percentage of the head left. Then we can do this form right here, which travels around this. I meant to do a little bump right there to make it look 3D, whatever. Then we have our little face additive forms as well. Yeah, we're traveling around. Like a sharp thing right here, and then around this, and then in. So out, this, and in. Same thing here. We have this smaller and going around the form. Something like that. I rewrote over my forms because I'm a loser, but don't do that. Cool. Okay, and then we just have the legs. So we have this one right here. We have this larger form over here on the left. We have this one back here, existing between these two plates. This one has that sausage form going immediately out, and it's about almost the size of this, up, like this, and it drops down at that intersection a bit, so it's this tall almost, and then drops over at that intersection right-ish, or take. So, we'll do our small sausage form. Remember, we want smaller for these. We've always done a bit too crazy with these. Cool, we'll leave that there for now. Then we have this one over here. It goes about a little bit over halfway as high as this one, so about right here. And it ends where this one starts. A bit past it, it ends at the halfway mark of this one, so. And that one was a bit longer, so yeah, right here-ish. Up here, so yeah. This one goes, it kind of squiggly, but it goes out and then in like this, so. Once. Out. In. Yikes. Really poor line work today. I think it's just because I'm rushing. I need to be... Yeah, also, that was one thing I noticed during the wolf construction, is that I rushed the end. I didn't want to do it over multiple streams. Let's force ourselves. Like, this is a 50%, so it's not I don't care, but I don't care. But those, let's start forcing ourselves to really take our time. So this one ends up going all the way over here and exists a tiny bit above the last one. Which, yeah, we can add a final form. Like it can exist like so, I guess. Remember for this, I made it a bit short. You want to overlap a lot inside of that leg, as I did with all of these. And then we want to kind of mirror this leg down here, inside the leg here-ish. And this leg, I guess we just don't see the other one. This one lands actually almost at the same thing, and it's barely higher than this, so. And it was skinnier than the other one, but we still haven't put on the additive form to it yet, so give or take. Yeah, with this leg, it goes pretty far. It lands, I am past this, so we can go. Nice. A bit chunky, but it's okay. And then we could also do the head construction, these, because it exists right above the eye, and it ends up traveling almost the entire height of the head, landing just above this, so it'll actually, we can blend in. This is the kind of squiggly line to it, so I'm going to go deep in here. It's a bit large, but it's okay. Define the intersection as being right here with the head. Then over here, we'll add that drape over it. Could have been more subtle. We'll do the intersection right here before we add that part to it. No, we'll do the... This one can have this onto it, and it basically goes like this, down, out, and the same thing happens here. We have a bit of this, almost like sharp into it, and then we go out a lot, and then we go in. So, and it carries over to the other side as well. You want to do the same over here? We have this initial pretty loose smaller one, and then it travels all the way over here. This one's pretty great, all things considered. Too much for reinforcing the top of it, but oh, same thing, the one over here. There's Uncomfy's method, which I think is honestly better, but I'm just kind of experimenting with this, where he adds the center form, like the actual mass in the center of it. Okay. This one lands right at the beak, which I think I should have done the beaks bigger, but I have been rushing, I will not lie. And height-wise, yeah, I feel that entirely, Cat. And honestly, this sounds mean, but maybe it's just a good time to take a step away. That's what I said at the end of the lesson 2 video. Is half of art is learning when just to take a break. It sucks having to take a break because then you don't get to work on it, but it lets your mind refresh, and it's kind of like a hidden superpower. So in an instance like that, I would recommend highly to just take a quick break. No one's gonna judge you. I will judge you, in fact, and I will judge you in a positive manner. I'll say, Cat was strong and wise enough to take a break when they needed to. Oh my gosh, I just grabbed for my mouse and it was, I'm not sure if you saw, okay, no. Yeah, I grabbed for my mouse when it just wasn't there. My right side, because I'm used to doing that while streaming. Maybe I get a Bluetooth mouse. I can get, like, have 2 mice during the stream. Super optimal. Yeah, anyways, sorry, I had to fix some stuff. Yeah, this one goes... Oh, it's actually almost the same height. I assumed it would be lower. And I mean, it's slightly lower, but... And this one ends up going to the right a bit, so it's going to be practically right there a bit. And then, as the legend Dio recommended, let this be an entire mass on here. So, oh god, I like those. Or that could just be a contour ellipse, but I had to be all fancy, I guess. Then with the little peeps. Oh, this was Or oops. The little pizzas go. Tiny sausage here. Another sausage. Whatever form is right there. With these sausages, we can kind of. This one actually has a sausage form kind of out like this, like an actual toe. But this one you see has once again the butterfly shape to it. Nice. And our toe that goes out has sensor 1. Looking a bit bald right now. So let's add some detail up there. And we can just like cut this leg off. Sounds grotesque and horrible, I'm sorry. Yeah, just do a quick acknowledgement of its existence, and then we say goodbye. This one as well, we'll bring, not as well, but similar. We will go about right here. It goes up about half a quarter, maybe a third of the way through this sausage form, so we land about right there. We have that part. Cool. Cool. Yeah, I feel like the head is maybe a bit smaller or something. I don't know. Something proportional. I think it's zoomed in too much and that's causing some of my errors, but I will do the leg over here real quick as well. Meets up with practically this one. And at the that's yeah, about right here. Have a bit thicker than sausage form. Left, so. Adding these little pads that I see onto the top of it. That little claw thing, I don't know. And turn these into actual forms was another critique I got. Like curling it on there. Probably I shouldn't have drawn through the form like that because that's a bit confusing to look at. For these Mickey Mouse ears, this one lands quite far to the right. In fact, passing Passing are okay. Wow. It's hard to do your keyboard binds when you don't see your keyboard. So it's about double the space here. So boom. And then we're going to be landing. Wow, look at that. So at top of the head. This. Cool. And this one also juts out practically the same place over here. It's kind of like the cactus demo. Not as good. This one lands a bit below this leg, but above this, so we're in between here. The angle is kind of the same, and it's skinnier. So you can just the sausage form that goes up to support that. I don't know really how to intersect these two other than doing like a also gonna have just that same curl. This one goes beyond that as well. Goes past the face. This one just goes straight out to the side. I didn't do the exact same roll, but got pretty dang close. Their only side. Have that longer kind of makes those. I don't get a good sense of overlap from what can be done about that. Keep adding details until I can't, and then we can do the big reveal. Yeah, that's still that very sharp ridge where we can choose what we want to do with the contour curves and stuff. You can see the very end of the eye over here. Like this. Down on the edge. There's a smoother transition right there, but I think we'll keep it. And yeah, there's kind of like a that. You can define the intersections more and start doing line weights. Yeah, ready? Not bad. I'd say not bad at all. The butt is definitely missing some mass. You can go over here. Yeah, butt was definitely a lot more narrow. Go like this and kind of making it seem more narrow. The head feels a bit too narrow because I feel like we just needed to find more space down there. Okay, the eyes right there. This plate. We definitely should have done a different form right here for this. Yeah, this is not the same plate. It was so complex I didn't know what to do for it. This sits underneath, so the face keeps going over here until it's cut off. So this exists. That. I'm trying to see where this thing happens. This over all of this. That's this turning of the form, which we don't really need to highlight, but I'm gonna try to do it to fix that right there. We could turn that into a texture if we really wanted. And this also separates the leg, so we need to do that. Do this to say, hey, that's where that leg pokes out. They actually aimed down a lot more than I thought. So same thing here. This actually exists poking back. This form is on top of that one. Same thing with this one. Definitely very underneath. This on top of this. This exists on top of all of those. I feel like this one could be more I don't know, on top. This center line was really messed up. I remember getting mad about that. This one's on top, so you don't need to make everything a thicker line, right? Just where it's necessary. These were pointed the wrong direction, totally. These are just on the wrong side of the face, or like they should have been shifted more to the left. This should have been flatter and more pointed out like this. This just seems a bit hollow, but so if we really wanted, we can. Oh my gosh, wait. Oh no, these are different legs. Okay, because this one, those are separate. Gotcha. This one is over there. I couldn't see that well. So what we're actually gonna do, just if I can, is I'll just makes it feel a little bit more coherent. Same thing over here. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna do like going over in that direction. Cool. You know what? Let's texture it, guys. Let's experiment with the texturing too. Let's do something a bit, you know, beyond. I'm gonna do dots. I really love the dot texture. It's probably my like favorite thing. And then glares, I don't want to do the hatching that Uncomfy does, or like I want to find a different alternative to that. I do want to stress the form shadow, because like we're gonna be doing form shadows. This is not necessarily like raw box shading. This is more Kavel wanting to do art shading. This is 50% out after all, right? I'll try to emphasize this sharper edge right here, and in fact what we can do is just act like it never happened and do that. Embossing say lines, we can call it that. Can hide things behind like that. Using some really sharp and almost intimidating textures is always fun. So right here we can do this little heart shape. We have this ridge that goes along the side here. Pretty noticeable throughout the entire thing. So what I'm actually gonna do is fill it underneath. We can add some of those forms in we talked about. So like we can curl this one over here to this section. And then have that lower portion that kind of separates from it. Goes to surround the leg. This longer form that kind of reaches into that peak. Goes around like this. Perfect. There's this smaller. Kind of messed up the sizing. I should have probably done that one first and then worried about everything else, but yep. We also here, I'm gonna go grab my oh jeez. There we go, sorry about that. If you heard that, that was me. So I made a cardboard, like, temporary storage box for, all my art supplies. And, it's funny. It's like a little full-on... just box stuff that I glued together. And I put it in my car to take with me to college, and it melted. All the glue melted, so it all fell apart. Thankfully, tomorrow I'm getting, actual storage things for my art, so... Okay, or art supplies, I should say. But yeah, very unfortunate, I should say. Lots of should say today, jeez. Okay, now everything needs a thick line cap, jeez. I'm doing a mix of like cast and form shadows. Over I kind of decide. That can be the sharp corner, I guess, or make it a bit less sharp. That, I guess. Kind of forgot about that while texturing it. What we can do, I'm gonna reinforce a bit of the face. We can start doing our dotted textures, and so of course they're gonna be darker when we get down here. There is that ambient light, the ambient, or like the reflection of the flower, basically, right? Or the leaf. I don't know really how we want to do that. Notice that get a bit less spotty down there, but definitely want it to be darker down here. that gradient. Yeah, it's this kind of swoosh, so we can kind of guide that swoosh up here. Same thing right here, it has like a bit of a swoosh up. Be darker underneath in part. And more melts into the face, which we kind of failed. We shouldn't have done that line as thick. In fact, I'm kind of regretting this all now. Really looking at it, I'm not too happy, but yeah, I think we should have actually done a lot less. You have this like pivot inside of the head. Forms these brows, which honestly should have been additive masses in the first place. Going out like this and then creating this upwards movement of the dots. I'm only going to do a couple of. We may honestly just end it early because I realize how daunting all these dots are. Like, it's gonna be, you know, we'll call it here. We may pick this one up another day, but we've been streaming for 2 hours 30 minutes, so we'll call it here. Good construction though, very fun practice, very fun exercise. And this is how I want to approach the lesson 5 stuff. I want to return to lesson 5 tomorrow. We'll see how I'm feeling. We have to just keep it simple, not overcomplicate those forms. It's in the bag. Just, you know, break everything down as, okay, bye. Break everything down as much as humanly possible and really slow down. We still have the same velocity we have from lesson 4. But that isn't necessarily a good thing, right? Like, we're fast now, cool, but we need to still think. So, that's the new goal. Slow it down, have fun with it. But with that being said, everybody, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Once again, sorry for not streaming tomorrow. Apartment stuff. Jeez. We plan on streaming for the rest of this week. It may be a bit bumpy here and there, and who knows with the classes. Streaming time should stay about the same, 7:30 p.m. CST. We may move it earlier, as I've done in the past, or later, depending on kind of what everyone wants and how I'm feeling. But yeah, so once again, thank you all for joining me. Hopefully, Kat, you keep working on those bugs, and hopefully you make some great breakthroughs, and slowly becomes easier, as it all does, right? And thank you to Lano for joining us tonight. With that being said, everybody, thank you so much for joining me, and I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow.